seconds.
Everyone, welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Linda and I do post about travel and fashion, so if you're into that sort of thing, please do consider subscribing to my channel so we can be friends. Now today's video is about Thailand. I was in Thailand last October and I just wanted to fill you in on how, what the current situation is, because there were so many things that I googled and I was looking for on YouTube and things were so different from what I thought, so I just wanted to share my experience traveling in Thailand. Let's get straight into today's video. I'm back now, as you can see, and I just felt like this would be so useful because I know I was like scouring the internet trying to find information like, is this insurance necessary? Because there's so many places where it says it's mandatory, you'll be fined, they're gonna ask if you have it, and if you don't, you're gonna be fined. And I was like, ugh, like, do I get it, do I not? So I was like, I mean, it wasn't even that expensive, but I was still like, do I have to do this? Like, I've never done that before. I have traveler's insurance. So that's one of the things, and the answer in October 2022, no, you didn't have to have insurance. I didn't have it. I ended up getting it while I was there because of course I ended up getting so sick. I got so sick, I was like, I'm dying, I'm gonna die. So that day I actually bought the insurance and it was gonna take into effect at midnight. So I was like, great, I just have to keep it together until midnight, and I ended up being fine. I got over it on my own. I don't know what the heck it was, but I was fine. But just to answer that question, number one, insurance, it was not necessary while I was there. Hello everyone. So as you saw, we're in Bangkok. We are staying at the Courtyard Marriott, and I'll just show you real quick the room. Pretty nice shower, I think. A nice little sink area, a mirror that we're gonna dodge so no one can see me. Tons of luggage. Little fridge right there. And like coffee and stuff. This one has breakfast included. So small room, humble room, but honestly, since it's our first time here, I just wanted to have something that I'm comfortable with, and so like I just really like the Marriott. So I think after this to Phuket, I'll be staying at Airbnbs. But yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy, but just wanted to show you our little room in case anyone is thinking of staying at the Courtyard Marriott in Bangkok. That was my shoe, I swear. These have been squeaking since the airport. But anyway, okay, now I'm gonna go figure out what we're gonna do. So we're at the breakfast buffet, and there's a ramen station, there's a Japanese station, an Indian station, more American food station, coffee station, fresh juice station, more fresh juice, bread, everything. Like, this place has something for everyone. We're about to hit up the ramen station, and then there's like a huge coffee bar over there too. So we have entered Chinatown. We were gonna take the bus, but they said masks were required, and I totally forgot my mask. So I couldn't take the bus. I took a taxi instead, and it wasn't too bad. I think it cost about roughly $3. This is from the very entrance. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And once the rain slows down a little bit, we'll start walking. Okay, so we ran for it, but the water's really bad, so we went this way because it's faster. Then there's my mom trying to come in through there. Oh boy. Yes, definitely reporting live from monsoon season. Come on, Mom, you can do it. Mommy, look how bad that is right there. For some reason, even though Rachel had a long skirt on, they made her put on this. Now she just kind of looks funny. Oh, and it's quite beautiful. Okay, we finally found the leaning Buddha. It is enormous. His little toes. Interesting. And then we've got someone doing art.
A few moments later.
I found Eagle's Nest Bar. It's a lot of flights to get here, but let's see if it's worth it. Okay, so it is very much worth coming here. Look at these views.
Phone number 02-860-3700 to book your next ferry tour.
So I went to 7-Eleven and I bought ramen that said spicy, and I literally took I dipped my fork into it and my mouth is on fire. My lips are actually redder. My lips are on fire. My sister got a much less spicy one and she can't eat hers either.
Yeah, no, it's still too spicy. And hers is double spicy.
I can't eat this. Instead, I'm going to be eating what appears to be bugles and truffle lays. Oh, my lips hurt though. I'm not making that mistake again. I also got hot and spicy pistachios, which now I'm starting to wonder if they're actually that hot and spicy. Because in the US, when things say spicy, it's not that spicy, but oh, I can feel like heat around my mouth. Don't make that mistake, guys, unless you really can handle it. I was not gonna film this, but then I figured maybe it'd be useful for somebody. I don't know what I ate or drank yesterday, but I woke up just so ill. Like, everything hurts, like my body aches, and it's just so bad. I wasn't able to do anything. I haven't eaten. I'm extremely weak. I finally just drank some water. And oh my god, I don't know what the heck this is. Some type of weird, it feels like a combination of a stomach flu and a fever. So I've just been pretty much bedridden all day. I told my mom and sister just go. There's no way I can make it. Like, I can hardly walk to the bathroom, let alone walk around the weekend market that they were going to. So I asked them to film a little bit and share it with me. That way at least you guys can see what that's like. They said it's awesome. They've been loving it. They've been buying all kinds of things. Like, they bought some clothes. Like, I guess there's some, like, elephant pants. I keep seeing everyone wearing, like, elephant skirts and pants. And so my sister says she's been vlogging a little bit for me, and she'll share that so that I could share that with you guys. But I guess they weren't kidding when they said be careful, because, like, everyone always says, like, you know, be extra careful with what you eat and drink. No idea what it was I had yesterday, or maybe it was a combination of being out in the rain and something I ate, because it feels like two different fevers going on inside my body. I've got no appetite, and even just a blanket touching me was hurting. This is the best I've felt all day, and it's like almost 7 p.m. I've been like this since at least like 4 or 5 a.m. I couldn't even sleep from the pain. Like, it's like so weird. I don't know what it is. But I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. Not good enough to eat still, and definitely not good enough to leave the hotel room, but maybe tomorrow. They bought me ticket to go on some boat thing, so maybe I'll be able to make it on that. It's at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to rest enough and take you along with me, but I just wanted to share this because you never know. One night in Bangkok. Catch up with you guys later.
Reporting live from is it Chatuchak Market? The weekend market? Steph took a sick day. She's missing out on a lot though. I highly recommend this. It is so big that you need a map to get around. and you can haggle with everyone. Everyone lowers their prices like a good amount too. We got some fresh coconut and a coconut smoothie. We've only been to maybe like 1/20th of the market, and we were so tired that we decided to stop for a little break. It's also pretty hot, but I think that some clouds just provided some shade, so that's cool. And today we are the ones taking you around Thailand. So Mom and I are eating now. She got a seafood fried rice and I got vegetable pad thai. And that is our update for now. It is now almost 5:59. And they close at 6, so we're done shopping for the day. Then we're gonna go back to the hotel, see how Steph's doing, and then maybe go back to the bar street tonight. So stay tuned. So it says that they close at 6, like they're open I think from 9 to 6, but it's currently 6:36 and it's still pretty busy. Granted, at 6 the vendors on the inside started closing, but the ones on the outside haven't.
I wanted to point out that the toilets here in Thailand oftentimes have a little shower head, which I think is very interesting. It's not a bad idea at all, so you can like actually wash yourself pretty well. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it a shower head. Yeah, there's a little outdoor bathroom. Not too shabby.
Maybe you make on the boat is good too.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So we just stopped at the floating market and bought our tickets. You get to choose your activities, however many you want. So we're about to get in the boat. Really is a floating market. Very pretty. So we just stopped at this market and we bought fresh coconuts. I gotta say, these are delicious. And then I bought some of those elephant pants that I've seen everyone has. I'm so happy with this. This is like amazing. Trying to figure out if this is a men's toilet or a women's, or does this mean unisex? Any thoughts? Beautiful place. They've got monks in there. Very nice and quiet little place. Now we're off to the elephant tour and then the monkey tour. The little sanctuary. Watch me not be watching my step and trip or something. Sorry if I sound lethargic. I'm still getting over whatever I had yesterday. I almost didn't go out today, but they kind of insisted. Okay, steps. We just stopped at this floating restaurant and I got crab fried rice and it looks delicious. It actually looks really, really good. She's talking about me.
Okay? Train market.
This one?
No, after.
Little guy. So I'm here at the airport. I don't know the name. It's I'm gonna write it down below. But honestly, this airport's a lot nicer than I expected. It's the other airport in Bangkok that I guess it's not the most popular one, but so I was expecting it to be like some small crappy airport, and it's really not. I've actually liked it a lot. They had 2 lounges that were side by side. My sister says it's the Dom Myong, so I'll just write it below still. We bought our flights while we were here in Bangkok to go to Phuket, and they were pretty affordable. When I looked a month ago, it was roughly 20 bucks, and now it went up by like $15, so not awful. And then we had to add on our luggage prices, and your carry-on, they weigh them sometimes. Occasionally, you should check if you're with your flight, they do. but I wanted to say this airport has bathrooms everywhere. Like, it's literally one behind me, one right there, and then one just like 2 gates away. So I didn't know, so we were going to the one a few gates away, but we sat down and there's like one right behind us. And the 2 lounges were actually right next to each other. It kind of helps that this airport's smaller than some of the others, because in Dubai, our lounge was like 50 gates away from our gate. So it ended up being like a 35-minute walk, versus here, we were from gate 51 to gate 53 where the lounge was. So it was really, really nice. And the food was delicious. So anyone who was a little iffy about going out of this airport, I definitely got to say it's a lot nicer than we expected. So we will continue the adventure in Phuket. Oh, also I wanted to mention, before we checked in, because we got here too early, while we were waiting, someone approached us to ask us if we wanted to look at any like little travel groups thingies, like what do you call them? Excursions. I couldn't think of the travel groups. So excursions. Oh, my mom left her book in the lounge. So anyway, so they were telling us about these excursions, and naturally I thought it would be a complete ripoff in the airport. But this lady just totally randomly approached us and was like, do you have any plans while you're in Phuket? You know, since it's too early for you to check in, why don't you go check it out? Right here, they have a good discount right now. And I was like, well, we got time to kill. So I walked over, and that was all. Okay. That's not ours. Okay. So I'm so glad we did. The price was insane. Like, I honestly still feel like it's not even real. So we got 2 different packages. One was to go to like a bunch of different islands. They pick you up from your hotel, take you all the way there. Lunch is included, snorkeling's included. And then we did the next day package, which is to go to the 007 islands. Once I take out all the information, I'll give it to you more precise, because I think you should all look into this. Like, I couldn't believe the price. It ended up costing us roughly 4,000 something baht, which is, I don't know, let's say roughly 110 US$ for 2 days worth of things, including lunch, including snorkeling, 007 islands, everything. So the first day they'll pick us up at 9 a.m. The next day they're picking us up at 7:30 a.m. They drop you right back off at your hotel. It is incredible. Like, I'm so psyched that we actually went in. Usually I'm too like scared to go. I'm like, oh, I won't be able to afford this. But luckily, since we had time to kill, we went over, and such nice people. So we already have pretty much our entire trip to Phuket planned just from being at the airport with this travel group. We're staying at the Royal Paradise, so I'll show you guys over there. Okay, everyone, we just arrived at the Royal Paradise. We're on floor 15, and oh my goodness, there's a step there. So far pretty cute. Honestly, the prices were amazing. Like, we decided we wanted to save a little bit of money because, we spent so much money in Italy. So this is a really great price for 3 people, breakfast included and everything. I'll tell you the prices soon. They offered either a king bed and then a single, or we could just do 3 like this. So we decided on that. And like I said, we're trying to save. That we could have done the Marriott again, but we decided to do this. And honestly, so far it seems promising. The reviews were really good. It's pretty high up. There's a little TV. We've got all this counter space. We're waiting on our luggage, little chair. You've got a balcony, which is great if you tend to do your own laundry, which, you know, some people do. And then you can hang it out here. And since we just got here and it's, oh, someone's at the door. Guy clearly said allow the monkeys to touch you, but don't touch them back. He said they're the 500-year-old long-tailed monkeys. Just kidding, the building's 500. at all the monkeys. Oh, oh wait, I'm like right in the danger zone of poop. Look at this wise monkey. Oh, Rachel, he's watching you. He's giving you the evil eye. Little stinky leg. He's literally glaring at you. Cause you had a bad day. So nice out here. Hold it right there. Right here you can sleep, good shelter from the rain. Okay, so now, how do we do this?
Fabulous.
Maybe she's born. There's a mosquito in there. Bad angle or no?
Yeah, actually you look really pretty.
Oh, I said bad angle. You said
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said that angle.
Up to the beach. When it's a low water, low tide, very much not have water.
Oh. Okay.
Together.
Abdurman. Nice to meet you, Abdurman. And you? What's your name?
And you welcome you to Thailand, you happy?
Love it. Loving
You
Phuket.
welcome for me.
Huh?
Then just stay. Go around. You can get visas at the border for Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam.
Don't tell her twice. She might not come home with us. Okay, so we just got off of the little boat ride that goes right around all of the little islands here, and that was so much fun. Also, please know that these people, they were saying that they don't have a salary, that they work strictly off of tips. They are phenomenal. The food that's in the tour, we got this yummy fried rice, some chicken, and then they've got other options if you have a stricter diet. Some soup. Oh, thank you so much. Soda and waters. We all bought our little water shoes. 300 baht. We're getting on here.
I think Sexy Sandy's my favorite person in the world.
I think so too. Okay, so I know I may not look the cutest, but it's like the end of our day here of excursions, and now we're just snorkeling. I just went scuba diving, and that was fun. I got to see tons of fish, a lot of the Finding Nemo fish, and now I'm about to put on my little mask and do some snorkeling. Alright guys, so we just stopped at this nice restaurant called Mojo Grill and Bar, or Mojo, and it's like this nice contemporary place, and I'm loving it. We just ordered the tomahawk, and the prices are pretty good, you know, compared to US prices for a tomahawk. We got wine, and I'm going to show you and let you know how the food was, so stay tuned. Okay, so the appetizer came up. We got the Parma bruschetta. It looks so far absolutely delicious. good, thank you. Maybe? Go, Rachel. Guys, I just want to tell you, this hotel is so smart. You have this for everything. Do not disturb everything. So high tech. We're checking out now. So when it lights up, if you click that or if you click that, very high tech. So we stopped for our complimentary drinks here in Royal Paradise. We just did our checkout process and we figured we'd claim our things now. It's either mango juice or fruit punch, so we decided to go for the mango juice. And I want to say my stay here has been really, really well. I have enjoyed it thoroughly. COVID vaccine. All over the website, it said you either had to be vaccinated or have proof that you just got tested and that it's negative. You would be randomly asked at the airport. I didn't see anyone get randomly asked, and I was never asked to show any proof of my vaccination, nothing like that. So that's another one that if you guys are curious. Now, don't hold me to it because like I said, the websites say that people are randomly selected, but in my opinion, what it looks like they really want to boost tourism again in Thailand. So it looks like they're kind of being a little easier on tourists right now. That's just what it appeared to be. Everyone was really catering to tourists, so maybe that's it. So that was just my experience. None of us got asked for that. Next, masks. Nowhere did they make us put on a mask except for one place, and I know because I couldn't get in because I was the only one who forgot their mask. Buses. So we were just taking tuk-tuks and taxis and all that, and at one point we were like, oh, this place is a little bit farther, let's take the bus. And it was so stupid because when I did the math, the bus price versus the taxi price was almost the same, except you're going a lot faster and with less people. And the only reason I even ended up doing that was because they didn't let me on. They were like, without a mask you can't get on. And I was like, oh crap. And then when I looked at it, I was like, okay, it's really like $2 to get to my destination, and on the bus it was going to be like just about that. So I was like, that was stupid, so let's just take a taxi. But at least I can tell you that was one place that they did make you wear masks, was on buses. But that little story takes me into the next thing. There were so many videos that said, do not take tuk-tuks, be so careful, and this and that. They're all gonna rip you off, and this and that. And I was like, oh my god, beware of tuk-tuks. But at the same time, I was like, I want to get on one. Like, you always see them in movies and on everything about Thailand. So I was like, I really want to be on a tuk-tuk. And I did it anyway. And you know what? I just asked for the price ahead of time. I was like, hey, I'm going to this temple, how much is that going to cost? And they were like, your total is this. And I was like, great, we'll take it. And then don't feel bad about haggling. I'm very shy. I don't haggle. I'm just like, okay, that's cool, like they could overcharge me, but my mom's not. So my mom was like, what else can you do? And then they were like, okay, fine, we'll lower it, because they usually start at a pretty high rate. So luckily she's not shy at all, so she'd be like, oh, that's a lot, blah blah blah. But also just know this, there's usually not just one. There's usually a crowd of people hanging out, and there are tuk-tuks and taxi drivers. And so when they hear one will be like, that'll be like, you know, 100 baht, they'll be like, I'll do it for 80 baht. So usually you don't even have to worry too much about the haggling when there's like a group of them. But when that did happen, I ended up taking a tuk-tuk when I thought I was taking a taxi. Because there were all these men and they were like, well, I'll take you to your hotel for this many baht and that many baht. And then I was like, oh, okay, that one. And then when we walked away, I'm like, oh, you're in a tuk-tuk. I was like, I really thought you were in a taxi. And I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not like I had luggage or anything like that. And so that was one thing. And now my phone's ringing, but let's just ignore that. Okay, so next, oh, salt. I am just a salty person, okay? I love salt. And everywhere I went, there was no salt on the table. And I was like, salt? And they're like, you get sauce? So they would put like this little tray on, it was like 3 sauces and they were all like spicy and whatnot. And I was like, okay, I guess it's gonna be spicy again. And those sauces have salt in them. So I would kind of just have to use that. It was like fish sauce and other sauces. And also, oh, 7-Elevens, they're everywhere. So that made me feel a little bit more comfortable because like late at night I was like I had the munchies and I was like, oh, 7-Eleven, that one's open 24 hours. So I would go in there and they had so many things that were like surprising because I would see like truffle flavored Pringles and all these like interesting flavors for like chips and soups. So I ended up getting these like ramen noodles that were like super hot, right? And I was like, I could probably handle super hot. When I got back to my hotel and I added water, thought I was gonna die. I literally didn't even take the spoonful. I like dipped my tongue onto it and it was already burning my nostril hairs. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna have this. But I was like, let me try one more time. And I was like, no, yeah, that's not happening. I had to throw it away. Like, it was that spicy. Don't underestimate. When it says super spicy, they're not joking. That could have been what made me sick and I didn't even eat it. I literally smelled it and it just messed me up. Like right after that, right around that point is where I got pretty ill. But anyway, water. I never did drink the local water. I drink bottled water, and one of the locals there told me that he's an American, but he's been in Thailand for a while, and he was saying that he was drinking a lot of the same waters I was drinking. Chang, you know, all the popular ones there. And he was saying that he was actually getting a little bit ill from them, and so he ended up buying like other bottles that they had there, like Dasani and whatnot. And I thought that was interesting. The bottled waters never had any effect on my sister, my mom, and I. But this guy said that him and his friends all had to end up switching to Dasani. But they've been there for a while. Like, it's been like years for them or something. So I would, you know, take their advice. If you drink the water and feel a little ill, it could have been the water and not the food. What else? There were so many things I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, we were traveling as just girls. That was another thing. Everyone was like, you know, it's gonna be extremely dangerous. I think you always have to travel and just be safe, whether you're a guy or girl, young, old. Like, I think you just always have to kind of be aware that you're in a new place. You don't know your surroundings. You don't know the culture that well. And that was the thing for us. Like, we were always very careful because we kept watching these things. Everyone's like, you're pretty much telling us we're gonna get kidnapped and die. So we were careful for the most part, but we still had fun. I mean, I went all over the place. I started off in Bangkok and then I took a flight to Phuket. I went to all the little party places. I went dancing all over the place. I went drinking. The drinks were extremely heavy in like the party areas. In restaurants, I don't even think they had alcohol in them, to be honest. Every drink I ordered in a restaurant tasted like it had 0 alcohol, except for obviously the wine. But wine's not really huge over there, I noticed. Like, there's only one restaurant where I saw it was featured and I was like, okay, I want that. And that was the one time I caught a buzz in a restaurant. It was pretty much drinking wine. But other than that, it was in the party places where they say they like to get the tourists drunk. Yeah, they do. Trust me. And it was funny because it said like a bucket of pina colada or something like that. And I was like, okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was going to be like a bucket with like beers, but it was going to be like seltzers of pina colada. I don't know. It was like an actual bucket, which you'll see. I'll insert a picture. I'm going to have videos of everything. I try to record everything that I could. When I went to Phuket, I went to the PP Islands, or however you pronounce it. I went to the James Bond Island. My prices were so good. I paid 4,000 baht for 2 days of excursions, and that includes lunch and picking you up from your hotel and dropping you back off. And so I have to say, overall, my experience in Thailand was great. It was so affordable. well, in everything I did, it felt fairly safe. The people were so humble and so sweet. I was tipping everyone like I normally would in the US anyway, but they were so grateful for every little thing that you gave them. Like, just be super grateful, because I guess not everyone tips, which I thought was kind of sad. So please do tip, you know, especially if you can afford to give a little bit more. I was tipping everyone, like taxi drivers, tuk-tuk drivers, everyone, everywhere I went, and all the restaurants I was tipping, and everyone was so grateful. It made me feel like I over tipped them almost. Like, they'd be like, oh, many thanks, you're so kind. And I was like, what did I just give them? And I was like, did I just give them euros by accident? Because I did that, by the way. In Italy, I was accidentally giving Panamanian Balboa instead of like the euro coins, and when I realized it, because they looked so similar, and I didn't even realize those were in my bag, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. But it is the same price as US dollars, so it means I would have been tipping them more. So if I gave them 3 Balboas, that's 3 US dollars. It was at the moment more than 3 euros. So it wasn't that bad. They would just have to go get it changed, and I didn't realize I was doing that. I only did that luckily in one spot. By the time we got to the second place, I realized. But anyway, I don't want to leave without saying this. I felt so stupid in the Royal Paradise, because I'd stayed at the Marriott in Bangkok, and then I went to Royal Paradise in Phuket. So affordable, and it also included breakfast, and I couldn't figure out how to put that I didn't want my room serviced. So I would call, and their English wasn't as great, so they probably just thought I was stupid, but I was like, hi, can you not service my room? And they were like, service your room, got it. And I was like, no, don't service it. And they were like, okay, and then they did, and I was like, how am I supposed to put do not disturb? And then I realized there's this panel with a million buttons, right, which I'm going to insert the footage here, but it was on there, the do not disturb. Everything's so much more high-tech, and I was surprised because I was just at the Marriott in Bangkok, and it had literally the little paper do not disturb that you hang there, which could fall off or someone could take off. But this is done inside your room. You press the button and outside it lights up red, do not disturb. And I was like, huh. Then we were cold, and we were like, the AC is all the way up there, how are we gonna reach that? It was on that panel. It was literally like, turn AC on, turn AC off, make it colder, make it hotter. And I was like, wow. All of the lights were on there too, every single light. It was like corner light, this light, under bed light, closet light. And I was like, okay, all right, like this is so, it was more than I expected for what we were paying. Because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say we paid like 30-40 bucks a night. And it was a big enough room for 3 people. You're gonna see right here, like, no, it's nothing fancy, but trust me, the last thing we were doing was hanging out in the hotel room. I only did that when I was sick, and that was at the Marriott, and I was all cozy in there, laying there, scaring the room service, not the room service, the cleaning lady when she walked in, and she was like, oh, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm sick. But anyway, if you have any questions about Thailand, please feel free to ask. I would love to share my experience, because I went in there so scared and nervous, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen with all these videos that I've been watching? And it really was such an enjoyable experience. Everything was so beautiful. So yes, please, if you have any questions, write them in the comments below, and I will definitely answer them the best that I can. So I will catch you all for the next video, which should be about Italy and also Colombia. So look out for those, and have a good day, everyone. Bye.